3 years ago, the world shut down, and everyone was forced to adapt. Yet in unlikely times like these is where motivation and creativity strikes.
Hello, my name is Tim Rachmanjanov, and I am the adapting writer and the illustrator for the comic book series Elish and the Wicker Tale.
During the pandemic, Timur Akhnajanov adapted the first chapter of Elish and the Wicker Tales, a book by Azerbaijani writer Kamrana Salaeva, into a comic. The original book was one that Tim had translated into English a few years prior and seemingly stuck with him.
I thought that the story was one that had a lot of imaginative and interesting scenery and themes, and it is a world that I wanted to convey through a comic book series. What makes this story so interesting is the fact that it focuses on a subject that Kamrana Salаева, the original author, is very passionate about. And the purpose of his original book was to touch upon the subject of children with autism, because he himself is a child psychologist and it's something that he has encountered.
В этой книге я попытался показать ребенка с аутизмом, попытался показать, какие сложности он испытывает, пока не найдет свое место в обществе. Люди вокруг него должны попытаться понять его, принять его таким, какой он есть.
With that in mind, the £7,000 raised from the crowdfund for the comic helped support 7 charities, all dedicated to supporting people with autism around the world. The comic gained support from many well-known individuals, including former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, as well as US jazz musician Matt Savage. Following the success of the first volume, we are now starting a second crowdfund, which will be supporting a multitude of projects. Firstly, Volume 2 of the Elish and the Wicker Tale comic, which covers the next chapter of the story, focusing on the characters of both Vashhag and Babir. Along with Volume 2 will be a book containing both the previous volume and a new one, suitable for any newer readers. And finally, the creation of comic-themed museums, displaying a large variety of comic heroes from all around the world. Most importantly, it will display Elish among known staples such as Spider-Man from the US or Tomiris from Kazakhstan, allowing people on the autism spectrum to see someone they relate to and or that represents them in the world of comics. The museum will be built in Borovoy, Kazakhstan, an area of stunning natural beauty nearby to the country's capital, Astana. That is, before further branching out to both Scotland and Bulgaria. The museum will heavily benefit Borovoy, not only keeping many tourists to stay in the area, but also providing an inclusive playground for the local children to use, as the area lacks many public playgrounds. £300,000 will need to be raised to create the first museum, with the future two requiring a further £700,000. The books being purchased to the donators. Thank you for your time.